G'day guys and welcome back to another video on my channel, Nintendo Down Under. Last night in the share market, Nintendo lost $2.4 billion. Wow, that is a lot of money. Also, there's some videos and YouTubers out there right now that are just plain right frustrating me, annoying me, actually pissing me off. We're going to get straight into that right now. So last Friday, the Nintendo Switch Lite launched, as we pretty much all know. It was estimated in its first 3 days that Nintendo would sell about 300,000 units. So a lot of people invested money and it actually sold about, in its first 3 days, estimated 172,000 units. So it fell very short there. People put a lot of money into it, investors all over the world, and because it fell so short of its target, bang, overnight shares, $2.4 billion loss in the share market. I'm sure Nintendo can bounce back in many different ways. It's not going to hurt them that massively, but it's still a bit concerning that something as big as that people invested into, that it fell so short of that target. So as a result of that, they lost $2.4 billion in the share market. So let's talk about why maybe the Nintendo Switch Lite wasn't as successful as predicted. Was advertising done right? Yes, I think so. Was the price the right price? Pretty close, I reckon. Maybe a little bit cheaper, but not too bad. So something I think Nintendo could have done to really get the hype even more exciting was maybe bundle it up with a game. And what I mean by that is, with Luigi's Mansion 3 coming out very soon, instead of just having your grey, your yellow and your turquoise, you could have had Luigi's Mansion 3 Special Edition Nintendo Switch Lite. So you get a little console box, you get the game included, you get a really beautiful looking Switch Lite with all Luigi's Mansion 3 artwork. That would have got the buzz going around. You had Link's Awakening come out at the same time. You could have done the same thing there, perhaps with the game comes with a normal Switch Lite, or again, instead of the special editions with a couple of bits and bobs, you do another Switch Lite launch with Link's artwork. That would have looked fantastic. So there's something they could have done straight off the bat. But it's still very early days for the Nintendo Switch Lite. I think it'll be fine. You've got Christmas coming. It's targeting people that don't have a Switch, targeting kids, families. It'll be okay. But just a very slow start to its launch, which has really hurt its market share. But I'm going to put my Negative Nancy hat on now, and I'll set the story for you. So if you've never had a Nintendo Switch before, the big problem with the Nintendo Switch was the Joy-Con drift. People's Joy-Cons, when they were playing, they were sending Mario that way, and Mario wanted to go that way. I was very lucky and that never happened. So people were concerned with the Switch Lite coming out. Is that going to happen as well? So I went and did a bit of research, looked at other people's videos, went on YouTube, and there was plenty of videos about the Joy-Con drift. I clicked these videos. Some went for about 10 minutes. And I learned nothing in 10 minutes. Just clickbait bullshit. It was so frustrating. They don't even talk about the Joy-Con drift. They don't talk about Joy-Cons at all. Just rabbled crap. People at the moment are taking advantage of the Joy-Con drift, making these videos about absolute nothing. And that has been driving me a little bit nuts before. Yes, YouTubers like myself, we like to dice up, make our thumbnail really bright and pretty. But to not even talk about what's on your thumbnail or what your video is about is extremely frustrating. I don't like to be too negative on my channel very much, but that is extremely frustrating. I know other people, other friends have had the same issue. Just, I hate when that happens. And negative hat off. So back to some positive news now. I was reading on, I think express.uk.com with a little bit of information about Breath of the Wild number 2, and obviously they were saying that I think we already know that it's going to be a much darker version than the Wii U Switch one, but they did say that it's going to bring, and I'm sure a lot of people say this, a whole new gaming experience that we've never had before. Now I have no idea what that means. They even said we can't give away much, but it's going to be something that no one's ever done before, seen before, so that gets me a little bit excited. I'm sure we're a bit away from having that game or having more information, but I'm definitely going to stay tuned for more on that. So do you think the Nintendo Switch Lite will be successful? Do you think it will bounce back to the numbers it should get? I reckon it will be alright. I think it will be a successful console. Have you had some really bad clickbait stories? I'd love to hear some down below in the comments of just times where you're like, what the F is this? And yeah, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, number 2. Can't wait. We'll keep an eye out for more information there. If you haven't already, guys, don't forget to like us on Facebook, Nintendo Down Under. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Nintendo Down Under. Thank you very much for subscribing and take care.